Hey everyone, welcome to IPO Market Watch. So trade deals seem to be wrapping up. By the time this summer ends, we're probably going to be done with trade deals. Europe says that they are ready to make a trade deal with the US. From what I read yesterday, we're pretty much done with China. We signed the trade deal, so that's good. We already signed a trade deal with Britain. The Iranian-Israeli conflict is, at a ceasefire. Maybe it gets resolved, right? Well, I hate to break it, or to be, the person that talks or looks has a negative view, but yeah, okay, trade deals will get done. I believe that, and we will have also a rate cut at some point this year. So all of that will definitely help the stock market. Today, the stock market is also going to do well. But I think the Iranian-Israeli conflict is far from over. In my opinion, far from over. I'm still sticking to that. I wish it was over, but I think it's far from over. And in order to, for me to prepare for that, and not just that, but always look at negative things that could occur, so you can prepare for that. That's what Ray Dalio always preached. Always be prepared for the worst outcomes in your portfolio, so you can do well. I'm going to tell you in this YouTube video a stock that I think is worth keeping. In my opinion, my personal opinion, and I think it is a great investment, personally speaking, for me, not for you. Nothing that I talk about in this YouTube video is financial advice. You have to do your own homework and your own due diligence. This company is Amentum Holdings Corporation, ticker symbol AMTM. It is currently trading at $24.56. But obviously, I have to explain something, and I'm going to show you something very, very, very powerful in this YouTube video, which is very, great information, great tools, and are helping me come to this conclusion that this is a great, amazing company to have in my portfolio. So I talked about Amentum Holdings quite a few months ago, earlier this year. All right, so I repeat this year. And for our value portfolio in the top tier level of our Patreon/Discord, I told my members that it is a buy, and at that time it was $18.63, right? $18.63. Like I said, now it's $24.56. We're already up, obviously, big time, right? About $6 a share, right? It's not over because my price target, personally speaking, for me, is obviously that Amentum Holdings is going to hit $45 at some point. Amentum Holdings is only trading about 6 months now, 7 months. What is it? I mean, they went public this year, and I've done a YouTube video about Amentum Holdings in the past, so I'm not going to do a really deep dive, but we're going to look at more like technical analysis, momentum analysis, and a bunch of other things. For example, when I'm talking about momentum analysis, I have a tool called Stock Wizard over on our Patreon/Discord community, and when you use that tool, you can run all kinds of tests on a stock and get really awesome results. And one of the tests we can do is momentum, as you can see here. We can also do Buffett, Lynch, Ray Dalio, Zacks. We can do technical chart analysis, a bunch of other things, right? And I'll show all that to you in a minute. But first, momentum. So when I run a momentum test for AMTM, I get a recommendation of strong buy. It gives me the support and resistance, but I don't really care about that because I'm looking at long term, not short term. It tells you the technical indicators, volume analysis, and so on. And at that time, the stock was $24.30. It already moved up even more. So awesome on the momentum analysis. It agrees with what I've been talking about for months now. And like I said, I've been in it since 1863. Let me explain more about this momentum analysis that we have over on the Discord. On June 10, 2025, so that was like 12 days ago, we did a momentum analysis on BBAI. At that time, the price was $3.88. It gave us a buy recommendation based on a bunch of metrics that it uses. And guess what? It's now at $5.94, so you're way up on that. We also had a momentum analysis on WLDS that we ran back on June 25th, 2025. It gave us a strong buy, 90 out of 100 score, and at that time it was $1.60. I ended up getting in. I waited, and when I ended up getting in at $1.51 on the same day, June 25th. I sold at $1.55, but it did go all the way up to $1.70. And the momentum analysis is basically for short term. It's not for long term. Yes, momentum analysis did come up positive for AMTM, Amentum Holdings, but I couldn't run a Buffett, Lynch, or Ray Dalio or Zacks on it, because if I did, they would have actually given me a strong sell. The reason is because Amentum was a spin-off earlier this year, and it's just a recently publicly traded company. It doesn't have enough financial data as a publicly traded company, so we're in, according to the AI Buffett and to the AI Peter Lynch and the AI, Ray Dalio and Zacks tools that we have, they wouldn't be able to actually give us a buy recommendation because they use powerful long-term view criteria, right? But when we're looking at Momentum, which is looking for short-term, it's giving us a buy for Momentum Holdings. So, we also had the Poet at 435 and at 398 that I gave warnings about, and now it's at 554. That did well. Momentum analysis for ticker symbol INM back on June 25, 2025 at $2.45. He gave us a buy recommendation. Today it's at 346, so it's doing very well. And then the other tools, like I said, we can run a Warren Buffett analysis on any stock. We can do a technical analysis chart. We can do a comprehensive analysis, which uses technicals, Buffett, Lynch, Zacks combined. We can do a Ray Dalio analysis, and we can do a Peter Lynch analysis. And then there's the new one. The new one is awesome, but it's experimental. I just implemented it yesterday, which is our top low float stocks. It will give us for the day what low float it thinks can do well. Now it's experimental. I'm gonna test it and see how it works. But yesterday, the first experiment I ran on, it gave me ATER, and it was trading at $1.66 yesterday. And it's telling me that this is going to be the one that could do well for a very short period of time. We'll see. We'll see how ATER does today. And then, and then we also have the Zacks analysis you can run on any stock. It's actually telling us SEZL is a very strong buy. All right, so that's that. Powerful tools, they're helping us out, and I'm actually implementing these tools in my own research for stocks, and it's really helping me out. So AMTM, something I want to mention that I didn't talk about with my prior Amentum Holdings video, is that Amentum is a company whose product offerings, and I'm not going to get into all of them. I'm actually going to give you a video within this video in a little bit that's going to show you what Amentum Holdings products offerings are. But when you take all the product offerings for Amentum Holdings, you're looking at a total addressable market beyond $320 billion, because their product offerings are in space, engineering, defense, cybersecurity. So they've got a really huge total addressable market. And so far, it's actually, it's proving to be really awesome. They got a $45 billion backlog order. Right, very powerful company. Backlog and year to date, right? So you can look at it here. It's not, it's not something that's coming out of, my own words or my own thinking. You're looking at here. We're looking at Amentum Holdings investor presentation. So their backlog order is tremendous. And in our Discord, we can also do a technical chart analysis. I ran a technical chart analysis today on Amentum Holdings. It came out with this. Let me zoom in real quick. So the RSI is right here, it's neutral, and the MACD is bullish. Let's also not forget this, an article on Yahoo Finance just a couple of days ago. Trump has put defense stocks back in play. Yes, defense stocks, right? World is unfortunately going crazy. Geopolitics are all over the place. Countries are spending more on defense. So having defense stocks in your portfolio, I think is I think is wise. And it's not financial advice, but personally speak for me, it's super wise to have a defense stock or more in the portfolio. And Amentum Holdings is one of my favorite defense stocks.
Our world faces intense challenges and immense possibilities. At Amentum, we believe in a secure, vibrant future. But achieving it requires protecting our people, resources, and planet. For over a century, we've tackled pressing issues with historical significance. Yet we remain focused on what's next, advancing initiatives that clean our environment, support our nation and our allies, and explore our universe. We're delivering advanced engineering and technology solutions to address the most significant challenges in science, security, and sustainability. Our mission is clear, and our time is now. Amentum. advancing the future together.
Also, don't forget the promise for a record $1 trillion Pentagon budget under the current Trump administration. And Iran's, this is actually 5 hours ago today, Iran's Khamenei resurfaces to warn against future U.S. attacks in first statement since ceasefire. He didn't threaten that he's going to start attacks, right? He's warning about future attacks. But, you know, a ceasefire, how many times have we seen ceasefires and how long did they last, right? That's that. So overall, you know, even without Iran, and let's say there was total peace with Iran and things were resolved, Amentum Holdings is still a very powerful company in what it offers and so on. If you want to learn more about Amentum Holdings in a much deeper dive YouTube video, I have done one previously about 3 or 4 months ago. So if you want to watch that, I would suggest that you do. I'll try to remember to link it in the comment section or in the description of this YouTube video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And if you want to join us over on Discord / Patreon and get access to our stock wizard, the link will be in the description of this YouTube video. I wish you all good investments and take care.